talking about the different things, strategies that parents can use with their students to stay healthy and be well during the school year.
Anyways, we want to keep ourselves healthy and our kids healthy. And so really my kids are the things that got me started in searching for natural solutions to keep them well.
Back to School Wellness, Part 1. It's Hunt for Wellness, Episode number 18. Hello, welcome to Hunt for Wellness, episode number 18. I am John Hunt, along with
Kristi Hunt.
And today we are going to be talking about back to school. It's that time of year. And this is going to actually be a two-part program because we have a lot to tell you.
Yes.
And, this is not a 3-hour podcast. So we're going to do this in 2 shows. We know that up front because there's a lot of information, because this is a class that actually you and I taught recently, talking about the different things, strategies that parents can use with their students to stay healthy and be well during the school year, right?
Yes.
From all aspects, from morning to evening.
Right.
We cover it all. That's why there's a lot of information in that. So without further ado, let's get into that. This is part 1 of Back to School Wellness.
Back to School Wellness. Like, kids might be stressed about getting back to school. Parents might be stressed. They might be worried about their classes or meeting new kids, meeting new teachers. This back to school can be anywhere from, kindergarten up to college and beyond. We're talking about students and parents and those people involved, teachers as well. So it really affects all of us, and we're kind of focusing on boosting our immune system and supporting our emotions and just overall wellness.
Yes, and we even have one third year in college who's a little stressed out this week starting, so it's kind of one of those things where, and the parents can get a little
stressed
too. So there you go.
Well, and we have a junior in college or high school.
Junior in high school, just started driving.
Yeah, junior in high school.
There's no stress involved with that at all.
No, we're doing a lot of praying.
Yes, that's good.
Which we need to. So anyways, we want to keep ourselves healthy and our kids healthy. And so really my kids are the things that got me started in searching for natural solutions to keep them well, because they were getting sick very frequently. They'd be fine until they got a viral infection, and then they could get really, really sick respiratory wise. And so I just didn't want that anymore. I wanted them to stay well. So I was searching, researched water, researched food. We eventually went gluten-free, found out we needed to do that. And then studied herbs. And herbs are great. They're just kind of complicated. And then I came across essential oils, which are just prepared herbs. And I love that.
Already done. It's like prepackaged food.
Yeah.
Prepackaged herbs.
Super easy to use. So
not exactly, but yeah.
Yeah. But essential oils are very easy to use
super easy
as
to use,
herbs versus figuring out a decoction or...
Yeah. I remember you used to mix them up, and you'd have this little one and this little one, and
boiling things.
Boiling herbs, that was not the way to do it.
So that's what I love about essential oils. They're really easy, simple herbs. And so my kids are really healthy now. We've been using oils for 10 years, and no more of those horrible respiratory problems that they used to have because we've changed our lifestyle.
That's right.
And used essential oils. So... thank you. I guess that was the welcome slide.
Okay.
Okay, why choose Young Living? Now, there's a lot of essential oil companies out there, so it's hard to know which one to choose. And why did we choose Young Living?
Right, because you tried just about all of them.
I tried many of them. Yeah. Yes, I did. And I didn't really have anybody guiding me. I just went to the natural health food store and I just started picking things out, asking the lady at the store, like, what do you do? How do you do this? And she, I got a reference book. And so just started picking things out and just, again, trying to keep my family well. And they didn't work real great. They were okay.
Yeah.
There's some effect, but not real great. And a friend shared with me about the oil she was using. She's like, these are strong and powerful. They work really well. I'm like, that is what I need. So that was Young Living.
Yeah.
And we got started with those, and we've never looked
10 years
back.
ago, anyone hardly heard about Young Living. And still, I mean, they'd been around maybe 10 years or 15 years at that point. But, and they have just exploded.
Yeah,
onto
they
the scene
really
now.
have grown a ton, especially in this last year. So what is different about Young Living than other essential oil companies? Well, for one, they own their own farms, and you can actually visit those farms. And I just visited one last week.
Which one?
So St. Mary's Farm in Idaho.
And they make what there?
Lavender and Melissa are the
Yes.
main oils that they grow. And it was awesome to visit the farm. That's the second farm I visited.
Yeah.
And I'll be visiting more.
Oh.
But you can go visit them and ask them any questions. They explain things. What they do is really beyond organic. They have the seed to seal promise, choosing really the right soil first, and then the right seed to have the right oil, and then they cultivate it organically. There's no herbicides or pesticides. Every field is hand weeded. They distill it according to the research they've done, usually at low temperatures and low pressure, for a certain amount of time. Every oil has a different amount of time.
Right.
And then they test it. Young Living tests their own batch of oils many times, and then it's tested by a third party to make sure it has the right constituents and no herbicides or pesticides got into the fields, or there's no heavy metals. If it has any of those things and doesn't pass the test, they do not sell it. They do not seal it, the bottle. So they don't sell it to you. So that...
And I think that explains why stuff goes out of stock once in a while. They have a bad crop.
Right. You can't just
That's
grow
not
another
available.
one.
Yeah, like overnight. So,
Right, exactly. So that is the huge difference between Young Living and other brands. Like, you can't visit, there's no farms to visit.
Right.
So you don't really know how they're grown. So using essential oils with kids, and not just with kids, but specifically about kids, and they could be your kids, your grandkids, your nieces, your nephews, your whatever, any kids that you know.
Right.
When in doubt, dilute, because kids are a little bit more sensitive than adults. So for a child that's an infant that's 0 to 1 years old, you're going to dilute 1 drop of essential oil with 8 drops of carrier oil. And the carrier oil is like a fatty oil, such as coconut oil. Young Living has a V6 oil, a jojoba oil, things like that. So 1 drop of essential oil to 8 drops of carrier oil. Now, if the kid is between 2 and 6, you want 1 drop of essential oil and 3 drops of carrier oil. And then if they're 7 to 12, 1 drop of essential oil to 1 drop carrier oil, like 1 to 1 for that 7 to 12. And then for ages 12, use your best judgment. So most of the oils we use are not diluted.
That's because we're big kids.
We're big kids. Yeah, we grew up.
We can handle it. Although once in a while, you get certain oils, they can sting a little bit.
Certain oils are hot. Peppermint is hot. Yeah. Cinnamon, clove, lemongrass, oregano, thyme, Exodus 2, and thieves. Those ones you might want to dilute for everybody. So I'm pretty much used to it, but
yeah, I know some of those are using the raindrop technique, and
yeah,
sometimes you have to put on the carrier oil just to soften it up a little bit, because it gets kind of it does get hot.
It does, yeah. So start slow when you're diffusing, especially with kids, and you can just have a couple of drops in the diffuser. And even with somebody that's new to essential oils, you might just want to do 2 drops. Now, normally I do 8 to 12. Yeah. So I have kind of overwhelmed somebody that wasn't used to it with too many drops. So just start slow, and you might want to leave the door open to a bedroom when you're diffusing. And then also just you can put oils on your hands and then, let the kid smell it and see if they like it, because they might not like every oil.
Yeah.
And then we have these kids' oils that are pre-diluted.
Yeah.
So you can just roll it right on. And oh my gosh, it smells so good.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That's Kid Power.
Kid Power. Awesome. We should also say, too, we have this Back-to-School Wellness Guide. It's actually a 2-pager.
Yeah.
If you're listening here live, you can get that by just putting your email in the chat, and we'll email it to you after the program. If you're watching on the podcast, you can just go over to our podcast site, which is Hunt4Wellness.com, and click on the latest episode, and this will be up there. It's not up there right now if you're watching live, but we'll have that for you. It's got what they call the supplies list and some other little diffuser recipes, but it's a great little resource. It's free.
Yes.
Just let us know if you want it.
Yes. So don't get all worried about the rules with essential oils and diluting. You can just use them. Just be careful. More diluted for the younger ones and less diluted for the older ones is the idea behind it.
Right.
So, importance of daily routines and consistency. So it is important to use the oils consistently.
Yeah.
And these are natural. It's like you don't eat once a week.
Yeah.
Oh, I had my breakfast on Sunday, so I'm good for the week. I don't need to eat anymore. It's the same thing with essential oils or natural type things. You need to use them regularly.
Yeah, and it takes time, doesn't it? I mean,
it does.
To get into your system. I mean, not to get into your system, but for your body to feel some effect from it.
Yes.
Certain oils.
Well, certain oils, it's an immediate effect. And some things are slower than other things. So have your oils out where you can see them, where they're visible, and often where you use them. Like I put my Vitality oils, the ones that are drinkable, by where I get water, so that I remember, I can put a drop of lemon in my water and drink it. And then the oils that I use morning and evening, I have in the bathroom by the sink. So when I'm brushing my teeth, it's like a reminder to use the oils.
Right.
Yeah. And then if I need more oils during the day, I'll put it in my pocket so that every time I go to the bathroom, I'll remember, I need to put that oil on and use it throughout the day.
And as we talk about certain oils for school, there's certain ones that work well for different aspects of school.
Yes.
So maybe have those wherever you do school, if you do it homeschool, in the homeschool cupboard.
Yeah.
Or if you have a little backpack, the kids can take it in their backpack and you just instruct them how to use it.
Yeah. And like I've given my daughter that goes to high school oils for her backpack.
Yeah.
So she has it and she's ready and prepared. And you can make rollers to go with you. So, and then I always have it in my purse.
Yeah.
So
you always have about 100
okay,
oils in your
no,
purse.
I don't.
You have like the oil holder that holds like 20 bottles or
I
something
know,
like
it's
that,
good.
right?
It's good. Okay. Anyways.
This is Back to School Wellness Part 1. We're going to get back into that class in just a moment, but we want to tell you that if you would like to find out more about what we're talking about here, head on over to Hunt4Wellness.com and click that blue connect button. And we'd like to talk to you, have a 15-minute discovery call, talk about maybe your back to school needs for your kids or grandkids, and just general wellness. If you have wellness questions, we want to discuss that with you and point you in the right direction. It's also the place you can go to get the handout, the Back to School Wellness Guide. It's a 2-page download, which has a lot of this information that we're presenting in it. So just head on over to Hunt4Wellness.com and let's get back now into the Back to School Wellness class.
The happy, healthy home. So there's so many toxins in our environment, and we want to detox at least our home and be as much non-toxic as we can at home. And so reading labels and seeing what's in the products is really important. We've switched over. We've got on the screen here, there's like the Thieves Household Cleaner. And we've switched over all our cleaning to the Thieves Household Cleaner and the Thieves Scrub, which cleans amazingly well. And you can see...
And non-toxic.
I mean, but it does really clean, and there's videos online that you can see people put raw chicken on the counter and then test, and you can watch those videos and see how effective Thieves Cleaner is. It's very good, very effective, and it's not hard on your liver.
No.
And you might think, oh, no big deal about my liver, but as you age and all these toxins accumulate, it really does affect your liver. The toxins do. And
it adds up.
It totally,
over time.
It does. So the habits you do really make an impact in your life. And then we've got like the Thieves Laundry Soap, which is super concentrated, and we can show you how to dilute it, but you get 64 loads out of that bottle that's on the screen there.
It's amazing.
Which is
amazing.
Smells
good.
It smells really good, and
it smell like that commercial kind. I can't say the name because I don't want to get sued. Where you know the smell already because you walk down the aisle at the shopping, at the store, and you know the smell from a mile away. Now, some people like that smell. I don't know. They must be hooked on toxic, but
well, they contain things like formaldehyde, parabens, phthalates, ethanomalines, triclosan, and synthetic fragrance, which synthetic fragrance can have like 1,000 chemicals in it, and they don't have to disclose it because they call it proprietary information. So if it has fragrance on it, don't buy it because it's actually really toxic.
And they can hide a lot of things under the term fragrance, can't they?
Yes, they can. And so there's shampoo, there's toothpaste, there's conditioner, there's all those things for the kids, and that's the Kids Sense line. There's also a seedlings line for the babies, for the infants, which is awesome too. Then daily wellness is just helping yourself and your kids, your family staying well. So just incorporating them into your regular routine, which we do, just putting oils on in the morning and in the evening, and then taking our supplements at breakfast. I love the Thieves Roll-On. It's awesome. It's really easy to put on. You can keep it in your purse if you want to, or your backpack or pocket.
People put like Thieves on their feet like every day.
Yes.
Just as a preventative.
And our one daughter did. She did that. She's graduated from college now, but she put it on every single day on her feet before she went to bed, and she never got sick.
Yeah.
That whole year, her roommates got sick, but she never did. And so she's sure it's due to the Thieves.
Right. Best offense is a good defense.
That's right.
Right. And Thieves is the best offensive player of the year.
Right. Lemon, rosemary, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and clove. So, and the name comes from thieves, the story that thieves were robbing plague victims, and they got caught, and they told the story that they put on these herbs to keep them from getting sick, because they're like, how can you be robbing people and still living, because everybody's dying? But they use the herbs to stay well. So that's that story. Super C, we need vitamin C.
Yeah, I love the chewable ones. They're so good.
I do too. It's like a treat.
Yeah.
So we use the chewable C, and they have chewable D.
Oh, the vitamin D is the awesome.
It's like a little dessert.
Yeah, it is. It's like sunshine in a bottle.
And it doesn't have sugar in it.
No.
So
I love I always take the vitamin D very last because it's like the final treat. It's like the dessert. It really is.
It is.
Take all your other supplements and then end it with a great experience of vitamin D.
Yes. And if you don't want to chew the vitamin C, there is a swallowable C also. And they're highly absorbable, super good. And if you live in the northern climates, you need vitamin D.
Yeah.
Like year round, because we really don't have enough.
Yeah.
So let's see, the morning nutrition. So keeping yourself well with Ningxia Red. That's
Love
our
the bottles.
superfood drink that we drink every morning.
Shots in the morning.
Yep. I like it with a drop of lemon in it every morning. And there are just some other options too for you and your family.
I don't see those. I was going to say the brand name, those colorful loops.
Yeah, those aren't
cereal.
in there.
They're not in there, huh?
No, there's einkorn flakes, einkorn granola, Einkorn pancake mix protein.
Yes.
So einkorn is an ancient wheat, and it's very different from modern wheat.
Yeah.
So even if maybe you have some trouble with wheat, you might be able to eat that one. Eat that einkorn, and it is very unique. So it's grown where it's not around any other wheat, and they Young Living does have a mill just for einkorn. So isn't that cool?
That is very cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that they had their own mill. I know they had all their own farms, for a lot of farms.
Yeah.
And some partner
but they
farms.
grow einkorn on one of their farms. So,
we're getting them out of the house now and off to school.
That's right. Off to school. So obviously hand sanitizer, and our hand sanitizer works good and smells good.
Yes.
99% kills the germs. So you can totally use that.
And it comes in a nice small bottle.
Yep. For a pocket or a purse or a backpack. Yeah. I carry that with me. And whenever I have to go somewhere and hand sanitize, I use that. I never use the one they give you. It's lightly moisturizing with aloe vera and vegetable glycerin, and it's got essential oils in it. It has no petrochemicals, no mineral oil, paraben, sulfates, phthalates, or synthetic fragrances or dyes or toxic ingredients, so you can really trust that.
That sounds great. In a hand sanitizer.
Yes.
Because I think the commercial hand sanitizers are just full of chemicals that will kill everything.
Yeah, I know.
Including you.
Yeah. And then we have a little thieves spray that you can spray on desks or, wherever you need to, door handles or the grocery cart handles, things like that. You can put it in your backpack or your purse and just use that easily. And then we've got these aroma rings, which one of them has lavender infused, and one of them is Aroma Ease is the oil. It's like a digestive oil. And so these are great. They're like little silicone rings that you can put on your nose or on your ear if you don't like it on your nose, or like on the collar of your shirt. And so we've worn them under masks.
Yeah, for masks, they're great.
Yeah. And a friend was telling me that she gets car sick and nothing has worked. And then she used the aroma ring and wore that with Aroma Ease, and no sickness. It was like a miracle.
Wow.
Really amazing. So, and I think it's just the continuous flow of the essential oil that you're breathing in. Your body's getting it.
Right.
So...
Okay, well, we told you at the beginning that we were not going to be able to do this all in one episode.
Right.
Right? So we're going to say come back next time. There's a lot more to cover. We've just started here, and 2 full episodes. So we'll do that next week. It will be episode number 19. So depending on what order you're watching these in, you'll want to take advantage of that. Come back for episode 19 next time, part 2 of Back to School Wellness here on Hunt4Wellness.